Did you know that person when you saw him? Of course not. We don't know. In the end of the day, it's steady plodding that makes the difference. In my plumbing business right now, based on where the economy is, I could foresee that when we opened Royal Plumbing, and I decided that I would target remodeling because new housing isn't where it's at. And so we go in and do a lot of renovations, bathroom, kitchen renovations, put new bathrooms downstairs. And sometimes I gotta cut into a piece of cast iron pipe. Maybe it's in a wall where I can't use the tools that I use to cut cast iron. There's certain tools that I use that I can cut it squarely and transition into PVC or whatever. And sometimes it's in too confined of a space where I can't do it, and I have to put a heavy piece of steel behind it and hit it with a hammer. Ding, 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 over and over again. Some of you guys have done it, you're laughing. That wasn't fun. But do you know that when I do that, it takes an average of 10 to 40 strikes with a 3-pound maul to put a hairline crack in that cast iron? You know something? Your kids are harder than steel. And your tools are compassionate, kind words, boundaries, creativity, and interest in their world, regardless of how much you disagree about what happens in it. But you show a youth that you are genuinely interested in them, even though you disagree with everything they do. And that's cracking away at it. And someday you're going to see the crack, and then someday it might break wide open for you. A lot of you have done that. You know what I'm talking about. You know, as far as it goes with you, continue in those things. Because the miracle of compound interest is this, and which is why I had those with 20 years plus stand at the end. Is because in some type of an account, we put money in it month after month after month. And it grows a little, and it grows a little. After 10 years, you look at it, if you put 10 grand in, maybe there's 12 grand in. It doesn't grow a ton in the first 10 years. You look at it in 15, 20 years though, and it's 2 and 3 times as much as what you put in. And if we can learn that lesson from money, I think the same thing applies with people. We continue over a long period of time, and we see that amazing thing called compound interest in our kids. You know, because at the end of your time here on earth, you're going to want to know that you did all you could, the best you could, as long as you could. That's what I want. I want to know I've done well. And when you've done all that you can do to stand and you're frustrated, continue to stand firm in your convictions that these kids can grow. And that though you grew weary, that you didn't quit. I want to hear it wanted to quit working in ALC. This week. No, you're at a conference. You're having a ball this week. All right, so our form is to be wise as serpents, diligent as a workhorse, dignified as a bald eagle, and gentle as doves. It's a good form to follow. And the good news is threefold. I'm going to make a few points here. Kids are resilient. These teens are young. And a very interesting attribute of youth is resilience. They have the ability to bounce back. They have this capacity to come back from all kinds of difficulty, don't they? I know that some of you are thinking I've seen suicides, and that's a reality to them. We've all seen difficult things in teens. But for the most part, across the board, kids are very resilient. In those teenage years, before you get to 22, 23, 24, people seem to have an ability to come back from difficult things with a good mentor, with something good in place. And number two, they're teachable. Thinking, have you been to my ALC? These kids are teachable. Even a distressed teen can be more open to new ideas than many adults. But they are teachable if we can find an effective, creative way to teach. And with that said, my hat goes off to all the presenters that have forged into unconventional teaching styles and tactics and have found success as a result of your creativity and perseverance. That's cool. The very keys that will unlock the potential of your students are creativity, perseverance, and hope. I mean, I'll do my best to inspire you guys to continue on in what you do, but so far as the systems are concerned, I mean, the presenters here have paid with years and decades of trial and error to bring you something valuable that'll benefit what you want to do in your school. All right, and this is just a side note that and you're already here, you know this, is that teachers, when the road to yesterday's success has been destroyed, what used to work doesn't work anymore, and it prevents future passing, then we're going to need to build another road. And that's what this conference is about. Finding the new innovative things that might work. But that doesn't happen quickly or without cost. If you want to change structure in something, it takes time, so be diligent. But this is why you teach, for the money.
Yeah.
No. No, you believe that your kids can learn more and become better than what they are at present. That's why you guys went to school to be teachers. That's why you chose the trade. You know, and I've said this before at ALC conferences. Oh, it's over so quickly. That you guys are the emergency room of the Minnesota schools. Do you know that? When no one else can help, that's right. When no one else can help, that is when he or she comes to your door. And next, you're given the task to believe the best in this person and to attempt to inspire something out of them that they don't even believe they have the capacity. That's your job. You're called to endure like a soldier the daily battles where at times you feel like they're